The coronavirus outbreak is not evidence for evolution. Coronaviruses are a group of viruses that generally infect animals. It has 7 types known, and up to now we have seen that 3 of them, namely SARS, the MERS, and finally the 2019 novel coronavirus, are transmitted from animals to humans. Some people interpret the coronavirus pandemic as an example of evolution. They claim that the reason for not being able to effectively combat the pandemic is mutations, and that evolution has formed a new, powerful and advanced virus through this mechanism. However, the coronavirus outbreak has nothing to do with evolution. Mutations cannot lead to the emergence of new organisms and do not have a developing and enhancing effect on organisms. The fanciful mechanism that the evolutionary theory needs is not mutations. Mutations are alterations, deletions, or displacements of segments of DNA. Although adherents of evolution see mutation as a magical mechanism, mutations are alterations in an already existing genetic material. The sensitive, meaningful sequence of a DNA strand is disrupted by harmful environmental causes, such as ultraviolet radiation or harmful chemicals, or at best, it is not affected. The theory of evolution should explain the natural emergence of a new sequence corresponding to a new genetic material necessary for a species to transform into a new one. Such an imaginary mechanism cannot be mutations, because mutations are merely disruptions and changes in an existing DNA. There is no explanation other than creation for the emergence of a new genetic code in nature from nothing. Mutations do not bring about new genetic codes from nothing. Let's examine the genetic mutations in viruses in the example of influenza virus. Influenza viruses can change in 2 different ways. Antigenic shift. This type of change occurs only in influenza A, which infects not just humans but also different species of animals, including mammals and birds. When 2 or more strains of a virus or of different viruses infect the same cell simultaneously, their gene segments are exchanged and the host cell forms new viruses, combining their surface proteins, antigens. There are 8 genome segments of the influenza virus. One of these segments may derive from the swine flu, the other from the avian influenza, and the other from seasonal human strain. In this case, the antigens of the virus also change. These are different surface antigens that our immune system has not encountered before and have not produced antibodies to. This causes a new worldwide epidemic of flu. Avian influenza and swine flu outbreaks have been caused by viruses that are the products of this type of mutation. Notice that there are already genetic materials randomly combined. There is no new genetic information that the virus produced, developed, or built on its own. Antigenic drift. In this type of variation, the virus genes that code for the surface proteins are changed, displaced, or removed, leading to a change in the surface proteins and making them unrecognizable to the host antibodies. As a result, the virus can infect the cell. This is how a different strain of the virus can infect people who were immune to the original strain and cause a seasonal influenza outbreak each year. As can be seen when both mutation types seen in viruses are examined, they are not evolutionary mechanisms. In both cases, there is no new genetic code developed by the virus. Viruses and their unique molecular mechanisms are clear proofs of the existence of God, the Almighty Creator, who knows everything and who rules over everything with wisdom.